Hey everybody, I'm back. This is Linda J, your friend, and I am back again because I'm excited to finish where I started. I think it's very interesting, and hopefully at least one of y'all will find it interesting as well. Where I left off was talking about in the book of Enoch with the doctor that I noted in the last video. I'm going to end in the Bible, the Holy Bible that we are all very familiar with. However, I want to finish off here because it is important. So the souls of men cried out to the gates of heaven. All that plundering and killing and all of that with the animals, all those things that happened, like I said in the ending of the other video, as it was going on, the messengers of God. And remember when I was saying there were when the Lord God made this earth and put all of his creatures on it, there were angels. And today I'm going to mention the archangels. I've already noted those fallen angels, the 200, and we're making special emphasis on the 19. Who decided to jump down off of that mountain and go on and ravage those beautiful women, those women that they considered to be beautiful, right? So we're going to speak of this as Archangel Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel. Okay? Now, with all this crying and bloodshed and all this that's going on down here on this earth, they heard it. They're called the messengers of God, or, like I said, the archangel. They looked down from heaven and they saw the bloodshed and the lawlessness of the earth, and they heard the cry. So they went to the Lord God. They went to the Lord God and told him about it. And they wanted to know, well, what do you have us to do? You know this. You know what's going on. This is your creation. There's nothing that, that goes on that you are not aware of. So, and then they made it clear. They said, you see what Azazel, A-Z-A-Z-E-L, okay, I ain't gonna struggle, I'm just gonna spell it. That's one of those fallen angels. You see that he's a demon spirit who brought sin to the Jewish people, and he taught them how to make swords, knives, and shields. Yeah, he taught them the wearing of the ornaments and bracelets and the use of antimony, which is chemical elements. He taught them how to use those natural minerals that's in the earth that God put there for reasons. But in this particular chemical element is number 51. Look that up. He taught them how to use that. And today, in today's world, we're using it, the element, to increase the hardness of alloys, with lead alloys for batteries, with lead, copper, tin for machine bearings. They also use it to make flame retardant chemicals. And he and Samlazaz, the leader, that was the one who was like, I don't know about this, because if we get in trouble or if we get caught, if the Lord God finds out that we went on down there and grabbed those fair women that we saw from the mountains up there, I'm going to take the brunt of this punishment because he's responsible for them. And so he says, he and Samlazaz, they made babies with the daughters of men on earth and defiled themselves. They made giants, and everything has gone crazy. Pretty much, what do we do about it, right? So the Lord God, he told the archangel Uriel, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, but it's spelled U-R-I-E-L. And that's the one of wisdom, truth, and light. The messenger of God. He is also said to be the one who drove Adam and Eve out of the garden with his fiery sword. When the Lord kicked them out of the Garden of Eden, that's the angel that made sure they got up out of there, right? Okay. He says, go to the son of Lamech, who is Noah, and tell him to hide himself. Tell him that the end is approaching and the whole earth is going to be destroyed and everything that's on it. We just decided it's all the way corrupt. Everybody doing what they want to do. I'm going to get rid of it all, okay? Except for Noah. Let him know that he may escape and his seed may be preserved for all generations of the world. And from there, the Lord God gave instructions to the other three angels, and that's as it relates to those fallen angels, or the ones that I mentioned, those 19 that jumped down off that mountain. He said, to bind them up under the earth's surface until the day of the great judgment. Right? So there's that. And while Enoch was in hiding, the Lord God spoke to him and told him to go to those fallen angels and let them know that because they brought great destruction on the earth, he won't have any peace nor forgiveness of sin. They will witness the murder of their loved ones and will make supplication. That means to beg to God. Please, Lord, forgive us, please. We're so sorry. Okay? And to eternity. But no mercy and no peace will they attain. Genesis 6. I closed that book and I'm back in the word that we know of. Genesis 6 in NIV. Noah and the flood. Right? So the Lord God says to Noah, make yourself an ark of cypress wood. And he goes on to tell him how to prepare it. And you'll find that in chapter 6, verses 14 through 16, okay? And after I destroy that earth, I will establish my covenant. A covenant is an agreement, or, a deal, or a bond, a bargain, excuse me. He said, I'm gonna establish a covenant with you. And then he follows with who he needed to bring on board, and Noah did what he said. If you want to know everything and everybody that he told Noah to put on board, go to Genesis chapter 6, verses 18 through 22, and you'll find that whole list and the instructions there, okay? After 7 days, the flood waters came to the earth. So he gave him a whole week to get that ark built, right? And it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. That's chapter 7, verses 10 through 12. And verse 24, it tells us what? It tells us that it flooded the earth for 150 days. Just rain. And it flooded, and the waters rose. By the time the earth dried, okay, here's what I didn't write down, but I can just tell you, all that rain for those days, it took his ark that he made and raised it. Obviously, the weight of the water lifted his little ark up with all those, everybody in it, and they went way up high. And that's how they were saved, okay? And it happened just like that. It's not a mystical, it's not a written to use as a euphemism. No, it's a fact. It happened like that, okay? Now, by the time the earth dried, Noah's ark landed on the mountains of Ararat, which is located in the eastern Anatolia region of Turkey. We find that in Genesis chapter 8, verses 1 through 14. So when Noah's ark finally landed, all the rain stopped, that's where he was. Then God tells Noah to get himself and everyone and everything on it, out of the ark. Now they're still under this particular law of giving offerings and all that stuff, the burnt offerings, this, that, and the third. Remember, I was telling you about Cain and Abel and their offering, how Abel ended up dying at his brother's hands. Well, Noah offered, he got some of the clean animals and burned them unto God. God smelled it, and it was accepted. And he told him right then, as long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. Okay, so you will live, right? Now, Noah was obedient. He did what the Lord said. He saved himself, his family, and all those other things. That's in chapter 8 of Genesis, verses 15 through 22. I hope I didn't repeat myself. If I did, please forgive me. Now, what I find interesting is the state of the world today. Can make a comparison. He said, as long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night won't cease. What are we doing with seeded things today? Man, it's doing this, right? I know I've been getting animated and stuff, but like, it hit me like this, like, OMG. And what about the climate control? Play with it, play with it. In Ecclesiastes 1, chapter 9, it tells us what has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Play with it. King Solomon said that. That's the son of David. We didn't cover that, but just a little FYI. And pretty much that's what I managed to, not what I managed, what I decided to give today and leave right there. Just kind of chew on that. I wanted to add the geographical locations because I wanted to, the major point, everything I said was a point, I think, of interest. However, compare. Hello, it's on, man, it's on. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. It's just 10 minutes or 11 minutes at this point. And that is it, okay? So hopefully this day is pretty overcast here in the Buckeye State and ugly and it's raining. But it is a beautiful day the Lord has made. I'm happy. I love you all and make it a good one. Try to stay with it.